Yeah, a bit of a ragged advance there. Yeah, they're trying to smash through the centre, try and break through the gate. Again, those warriors, the English warriors and Viking warriors armed with missiles like javelin, like arrows, bows and arrows and slings are shooting at one another. Even in these days, those are much background in the Senate, it's important to win the firefight in modern times. That was true, although they didn't call it a firefight, of course, true back then, because the side that's got the most archers can have a significant advantage. They may not kill too many people, but they can wound them and take out a few key personnel. So it can have an effect on the flow of a battle if one side's got too many archers. At the moment it's about even. They've got 5 each. If you count the slinger as well. Again, at the moment, they don't appear to be able to break through. The walls of Wareham are holding up. And despite the fact that many of the Vikings have large axes to try and chop the walls down or break the doors down,
go on, Steve,
to get in. There's a massive scrum there in the centre around the gate. With the
boys
going on, and it's descending into just a shoving match. And this is exactly how a lot of battles
push.
They come towards one another. A few people will get injured.
Yeah.
They right up with the shields and eventually put their heads down and just shove. We know this from stories from Viking times and even back as far as Greek times. And Greek manuals explain how a battle is just a shoving match. The main type of fighting is a shield war fighting, where the warriors stand in a tight line, the shields overlapping, using their physical force to push the enemy. Most people get killed or wounded towards the end of a battle, where one side is actually broken, either a moral break or they've broken because they've been forced back or moved over some terrain which disrupts their ranks. So again, it looks like after the last clash, again they're going to try and talk about it.
Thank you, Ragnar, for the amusement. I haven't seen anything quite so funny as your force now in years. Once tempted to ask if it had a little curly tail on the back as well. So, we've decided to avoid. We will meet you, but I'm a betting man. Okay, you're obviously betting with your life. Have you got anybody in this rabble who you consider to be a champion?
I will call for not one. Then I have 3 champions to stand forward.
Alfred has challenged Ragnar to settle their dispute with the Battle of Champions. And as the champions are coming forward, I see the English are coming out of the Burh of Wareham to fight in the open.
Oh no, he's
now, is this a foolish mistake?
No.
Is Alfred overconfident?
No.
Or does he believe he's got the opportunity to defeat the Vikings in the open? Because he can't really beat them if they're hard from behind the walls. He can only prevent himself from being defeated. So the champion that's fighting nearest you has just defeated the Viking warrior. He's in fact one of the North Welsh.
You got better than me, I can't see it.
It looks like the Vikings are not happy with the result of that, despite the fact that the champions are still fighting. Someone has come forward.
Shit. Boy, is he up? Go on, Matt, get him!
The Vikings and the Welsh. Whilst the champions continue to fight, it looks like...
Yes! Good boy!
Whatever plan Alfred had or Rod Ragnar had for the champions, it's gone out the window now, and the warriors are fighting whether they want to or not. And as you can see, the English seem to have been making ground already, pushing the Vikings back. Oh. Looks over here, the Welsh are falling back a little bit. Now our brave friends from North Wales, they've had a nice attack to start with, but suddenly they've just formed up, staying in a solid shield wall. You might notice also that some of the archers have come down off their hill and are attempting to act like snipers, taking out a few of the Vikings.
Leave my son alone or I'll take you out by the ankles.
There's young Magnus here, one of Ragnar's sub-chiefs, using his great axe to try and smash the Welsh shields.
What
A few people beginning to, looks like some of the people are getting wounded or killed,
Oh no, and I can't see.
but mostly at the moment the wall, each line is holding.
What's Max doing?
And looking at the numbers, I think there might be the alliance with the Welsh is going to pay off for Alfred. It looks to me like there might be more Welsh and English warriors than Vikings, so that's going to give them an edge, and it's probably why the Vikings have not been able to push the English back at all. All the movement is being made by the English as they're slowly pushing the Vikings further back, or at least not allowing them to advance. Every time an Englishman or a Welshman is wounded, someone else is able to take his place. That is still happening for the Vikings, but not quite so much. Things are changing a little bit as I speak. It seems the Warriors are beginning to get tired. It's a hot day. And both sides are beginning to separate and let the other side have a breather. This sort of thing happens naturally in battles as the Warriors mutually give up. They just decide they've had enough, stop and take a breather, because it's very physical this. A lot of these warriors are wearing up to 35 pounds of armour, plus they have a helmet, their weapons and shield on top of that, and it's a warm day, nothing to drink, so they get tired. The man of all the work as fighting is happening over here.
Is Max still up?
The Welsh are finally, and the Vikings over here have
Where is he?
finally broken.
Where?
So they're going to be a little bit more time than the rest. Are they going to have a parley again, or is this just one of those natural breaks in the battle?